In today's video, I'll let you can create the AI voice agent for Square, the payment service provider, using Gridspace's AI agent, Grace. More specifically, we're going to create a custom nurture voice agent that will follow up on customers who make high-value purchases. So quickly, let's go into our Square setup. So here we have a web store for a fictional company called Farm Valley, which sells specialty chocolates. And if you go, this is our Square web store front page. And here, if you go into our backend, here we have our Square dashboard for the website and also for our store, where we take in orders from terminals. So everything is synced, both the in-store and web store is synced here in the dashboard right here. And you can see we have an order for a few chocolates. And so here we have some details of the purchase. You can see here the customer was John Smith, and he purchased over $200 worth of chocolate. So in our setup right here, we have set up this up that purchases over $200, that's classified as high-value customers. Now, in a real-world scenario, our voice agent would call up the customer John Smith after some delay, maybe a week or so after we receive products, and ask for some feedback and also give the discount code. Now, in a real-world scenario, after John Smith has made a purchase, this will trigger an automation that will trigger the Gridspace outbound flow in a week or so with the delay we're set up, and he will call John Smith up and then ask them for some feedback and also offer them a discount code. So first I'm going to play the part as John Smith being called up and show you the demo of the voice agent, and afterwards I'll show you how you have set this up and connected this all together.
Hi, John. This is Grace calling from Farm Valley Chocolates. I just wanted to say a warm thank you for your recent order. We truly appreciate your support. We noticed you picked up our Farm Valley Creamy Pasture, Farm Valley Dark Harvest Grape Choice. We hope it arrived in perfect condition and you're enjoying every bite. If you don't mind, could I quickly ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied were you with your order experience?
Well, it was quite good. I would say about a 9.
You said 9. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. And just one more. Did your order arrive in good condition?
Yeah, perfect. There were no problem there.
I am glad to hear that. As a thank you for your feedback and for being a value customer, here's a little gift. Use the code GRACE10 at checkout to get 10% off your next Farm Valley order. Would you like me to send you an SMS with the discount code as well?
Oh, that would be perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, please send it.
Great. I will send out a text to you now with the discount code to the phone number we have registered. Thanks again, John. We hope to delight you again soon. Have a sweet day.
As you saw, our customer nurture voice agent was able to ask me a few questions, also with some personalization with my name and also the order I picked up. And then she was able to offer me a discount code and of course here send me an SMS with the discount code so I could use for our next purchase. Now that I've shown you the demo of the voice agent, let's go over the setup and show you how we have integrated Square and Gridspace together. So there are 2 ways of doing this. There is the more technical way where you can program a webhook inside Square and set it directly to Gridspace with the information and trigger a call flow like this. But we have done the more simple way and also a way it's more simple for you that doesn't require any technical ability. And this is using a Zapier, which is an automation tool. We can work in between as middleware in between Square and Gridspace. And we're easily taking information from Square, kind of converting them, and then triggering API call, a webhook to Gridspace, triggering the call that will call up the customer. So if you look over our Zapier or automation in Zapier, you can see we start off with a Square node, because here Zapier is an inbuilt nodes for Square, so you can trigger on different events. So here we have integrated our Square account, and we are triggering on a new order. Now the next node here, which is a filter node, is basically built into Zapier, and basically what we're doing here is we're filtering out the high-value customers from everyone else. So basically our configuration here is that we set this up so here we're taking some data from the Square order we got. So this is all the information about the order from Square. And here we took the total amount of dollars field in the order. And if this number is greater than 200, which is what we classify in our case for high-value customers, this will continue. If not, it will just stop the automation right there. Then, of course, we want some delay because we don't want to call up the customer immediately. We want to give them a week to the order arrive and also they can try the product. So we have set that the delay here is also inbuilt node in Zapier. We delay it for 1 week. You can delay it for hours, minutes, days, etc. But here we're just 1 week. Delaying it, and then after 1 week, they will then trigger this webhook. So this is a webhook out of Gridspace, which will then trigger the call flow or the outbound call flow to the customer. So we have a webhook, a custom request, because simple to set up, and we're using this endpoint right here. You can go into Gridspace documentation to read more about it. It's the start outbound session endpoint. It's the post request, and here we have our the JSON object we're sending. So also then this can read about in the Gridspace docs in the start outbound section. But just to quickly go over the JSON object, we're first triggering an inlet node to our core flow. It's the core flow we're going to use for this outbound session. So this is our core flow we're using in Gridspace. And we want to trigger this inlet node. And how we find the ID for this node to trigger this flow is we go into here in our Gridspace UI, the application section. We just reference the phone number here. You can see that this is the application, the inlet node we're going to use. And we go into it, and then we copy the end ID right here. This is the ID we're going to use inside our inlet node right here. And as here, next to sending some tags to Gridspace, it's because we're sending some information from Square order, like the chocolate that he purchased, and also the customer name, so it can be personalized inside our playbook or script. And also we're sending here the phone number. This is what we also got from the order. So to add this, you just add it like this and choose the information here you would like to add to the JSON object. Here, we also need some basic authentication to trigger our Gridspace setup. And to find your account ID and your secret key in your Gridspace dashboard, you go into your account info, and here you can find your account ID and also your secret key. So these you're going to copy inside like this. First your account ID by this divider here, with this divider right here, and also your secret key. This will then authorize you to trigger outbound sessions in Gridspace. Now I'll go over the Gridspace setup. So here we are in the playbook section, or the script of the whole flow. Now I'll only go over the playbook. If you would like to know how to create a call flow and voice agent for your setup, you can go into our Grids 101 video, and it will show the setup from start to finish. But I'll only go over the playbook today. So here we have our greeting script, where we are here using the personalization. Remember, from sending the tags from Zapier, we got here the customer name, hi John, and then we continue into asking them for the order experience. So we're just confirming the order to them, and then we in the form fields here, we're just basically here we can collect information from them and save them in tags. So here we're saving the rating for how was your customer experience, and we can also choose the information we want to collect from them. So in this case, we're collecting a number. So if the caller gives a big response, the Grace can look for the specific information she wants. So in this case, it's a number. It also makes it optional if they don't need to answer them if they don't want to. And then here we also have this logic node, which basically is a logic node to check if, because we want to ask more extra questions if they had a bad experience. And in this case, we qualify as bad experience as everything about under 7. So if this is basically if statement, basically if the order experience we got here is less than 7, then we go into the next node here, which was asking them, okay, why was your experience not that good, or is there anything you can improve on? And then once we continue here, the next section, I'll ask them, did the order arrive in good condition? Then yes. Then we go into offering the discount. So here we're offering discount with discount code, but also we're offering to send their discount code to their SMS number, or the number we have on registration. And if yes, then here we go into this node where you can then trigger, because you can trigger this right in Gridspace UI, because we're using here a connector. It's basically a script we're running. It's pre-made. You can set this up quite easily in the connector section here. But it's basically running as an SMS using the phone number with the discount code. And then lastly, we go into our goodbye script. Basically, we say thank you again, John, and then hope you have a sweet day. And then this, as you can see here, this is an end outcome page. So this will basically cut off or end the script right here. And that was how you create an AI customer nurture voice agent for Square. Now, if you have any questions about this flow, feel free to leave a comment below and answer any questions you have there. And also, if you'd like to see more demos like this, you can go into our website, gridspace.com, check out Grace in different scenarios and more demos. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.